Yall Wild Podcast.
Welcome back to the Yall Wild Podcast. I'm brice3000, and today I have with me
Nyny
and Adam.
So, as always, how are y'all doing?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm alright.
I'm good. I went home this weekend, so that was fun. You know, love
Mother's
to see the
Day.
family. Mother's Day.
Shout out to your mom.
Yeah. How is y'all's mother's doing?
She's good.
She alright.
Yeah,
She doing what she do.
she doing what she does.
Nice. Good to hear.
How your mama?
She's good.
We're
Yeah,
fine, so.
You gotta make that up right now. She's doing good.
For Mother's Day, I got my mom a succulent because we always get her flowers and like she kills them like instantly. Like she touches them and they like just wilt. She's not good with living things.
Nice.
So hopefully the succulent will be better for her.
I got my mom 2 bags of birdseed and some seeds. I got her birdseed because she had this one birdseed that for some reason it was killing all the birds and any animal that ate it. Like literally one day we found 3 like birds sitting in our grass right next to the bird feeder, and there was a rat like laying on the ground upside down. I was like, damn, mama, committing genocide out here.
Do y'all ask y'all mom what they want for Mother's Day, or y'all
Nah, I
just
just know
give
my
them
mom.
what y'all think that you should get them? Like flowers, I feel like that's a bullshit ass gift.
The problem with my mom is that she gets everything she wants. So, you know, me and Brim just wake up Sunday morning, go to Dollar Tree. You know?
Wow. Trash ass sons.
But I mean, you know, she gets what she wants. You know, ain't shit left to get her.
Yeah. My mom, she wanted a Blu-ray player, and I guess she thought my dad was gonna get it, and she was telling me all this bullshit, and he ain't get it, so I had to get it.
Nice.
Bring me a good
It's
feedy.
crazy. I forgot I really had a dad. I don't know.
Oh,
why.
I thought you was gonna say you forgot I had a mom.
No, because like you talked about your mom before, but you rarely ever talk about your dad.
Yeah, because me and my dad are the same person, so.
They are.
Like, it's like, I was talking about this the other day. My mom, like, birthed herself as in, like, looks. Like, I look just like my mom, but she birthed, like, my dad as in, like, personality. Because, like, me and my dad are the same person to a T.
That's
Gotcha.
interesting because I'm like 85% my dad, but that 15% that's my mom. That's where like all the extreme shit comes from. You know what I mean?
That's so
That's
crazy.
my extreme personality. So it's really good because if I was 50-50, yeah,
You'd be different.
yeah.
I'm 100% my
Yeah,
dad.
you're working with your hands and shit, doing crazy shit at the same time.
Yeah, this be the never mind. I'm not gonna say nothing else.
Nah, go
I'm
ahead.
not
Say
gonna
it.
incriminate myself. Yeah, I'd just be wild. My mom was wild.
Y'all wild.
She really wild. I gotta get her on the podcast.
I was going to say, we might need to bring her on. She's so wild.
We would definitely get canceled because she wild and old, and when you old, you kind of
Old
you
people,
don't give a
they
fuck
don't got
anymore.
no damn filter.
Yeah, like she don't care no more.
I feel like my mom was wild in the sense that, like, she was out here wilding and beating people's ass. Like, on a regular.
She actually
Like
did
she,
get into fights.
yeah, like one time she rolled up on somebody. She was driving and she just hopped out the car and didn't put it in park or nothing and was whooping the bitch ass.
She ghost rode it.
She ghost fought it. She was whooping somebody's ass and her car was rolling. Somebody had to get in the car and put it in park.
My mom has that same energy. She's just wild. Like she really, you know, don't
So that
She gonna be a
one-
menace when she gets older because she's not gonna care even more.
Oh, I hate those old people.
Oh, that's gonna be her.
It's so hard taking care of old people that don't give a fuck anymore.
My mom is not
Say that
even
one
fuck at
time.
all.
So the one time you came over to my house and you were talking to my mom and she was telling you about her beach trip. She was like, "Yeah, I hit like this weed vape with my sisters." And Bryce was like, "You hit a dap in?" And she was like,
That's
"Yeah."
crazy.
And he was like, "Oh my god, please tell me all about it." She was like, "I mean, it was pretty cool. Everybody was stumbling around, all this stuff." Bryce was like having the best time of his life talking to her about it. It was so funny.
No, yeah, she's just so cool and like poetic, and everything about her just really inspires me and just makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. Really gets my juices flowing.
I can relate to that.
I'm gonna take this pizza away. You guys don't deserve it.
Okay, but let's get started on the wild news. The fuck is going on with the gas?
Do you know what it is?
Somebody
It's
hacked
a
the
hack.
shit.
Yeah, somebody put a ransomware on it. You know what happened to my college?
Yeah.
Somebody put a ransomware attack on it, which is like they will delete everything if you don't pay a certain amount. So like they basically like destroy the system of how to like for gas to go through if you don't pay a certain amount of money for that.
Why is everything like on computers now? Like, why is this shit so easy? I feel
He's
like
Elon Musk, motherfucker, bro. He be out here. Like,
Aren't there like, isn't there like a whole department in the government that's like built for shit like this that they're supposed to stop it before it happens?
exactly.
Where were they at? They need to be fired.
coming in people's
So you
houses?
tell me
Gas
you
was
motherfuckers on game
damn near
computers.
$30. I spent almost $30 to fill my car up, and it wasn't on E. Like I've in the past spent $25 to fill my car up, and it was on E.
I spent $40 the other day on my mom's car filling it up for her. It was for Mother's Day. Fucking $40, and I was like, damn, bro, motherfucker driving a tank or something.
I have my dad's car now, and I couldn't imagine what it would be if I was driving my car.
Yeah, bro, your car,
you'd
be fucked, bro.
I've like come to realize that when I like get my first car that I pay for, then I'm gonna really have to consider how much gas is.
Facts.
And like how much it's gonna cost to fill it up. Cause I want like luxury cars and them shits use 93, and that's like always $3 and some change.
Yeah, shit is so expensive. But yeah, it's like just some ransomware attack. So you're probably gonna get the CIA on it because that's what they did for my college. So
They need to fix that shit soon.
Right now. This
But
moment.
Places are running out of gas.
No, dude, what's crazy is that like everybody's freaking out about it, and that's only making it worse. It's like whenever COVID hit, people were buying all the toilet paper for some fucking reason. Just use your hands.
I feel like this one makes more sense though.
What?
I feel like this one makes more sense. Like if there's not gonna be enough gas for me to get gas at the end of the week, I should go ahead and fill up now. But like, it was toilet paper. Like,
But
chill out.
The thing with gas stations is that they have like a large reservoir under the gas station, right? You ever seen like those little things that they have on the ground, like metal things that they had to lift up? That's where all the gas goes into.
Summer told me. I thought they were just like drains.
No, that's
That's
where they
very interesting. That's what you thought.
I've never seen the
You've
gas
never
we put
seen.
in.
You've never seen them like
It's interesting.
pull up with the little
They
gas
really like
truck.
put out a little tube and they put it on there. It's like boom, 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 boom.
No, I never seen it.
It's crazy, man.
Interesting.
I've also
Yeah.
never seen my neighbors bring in groceries.
That is true. That's very true.
Simulation.
But no,
You know what I used to think actually? I used to think the gas came from the ground.
it technically does.
No, but I thought the gas station was just put.
Oh,
where the
it
oil
was like
at.
its own mining thing.
Yeah, but now that I think about it, I
That's
guess
actually
that was
pretty
kind of dumb.
Well, I mean, that would kind of make sense that they'd be like, "Oh shit, this is like a good spot. We're gonna start mining gas here, build a gas station." And then some guy walks up and he's like, "I'm going to build a gas station here."
We got to get electric cars. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, did you hear about
Teslas?
Did you hear about GM?
Oh, making electric cars?
No, they made a whole platform that's like like the drivetrain of a car, where like the wheels are connected to the drivetrain. That's what makes your car go is the drivetrain, right? So they have a platform of a car that has the battery. It's all electric, and you can put any chassis of any car on it to make it electric. You know how smart that is? So let's say you have a big ass pickup truck, and you're like, damn, this thing eats up a lot of gas. I want to make this thing electric. You can buy the GM platform, and then just take the chassis of your truck and put it on that drivetrain, and you'll be good. It'll be an electric car.
Sounds like a lot of work.
I don't understand.
It's actually pretty simple.
Why we still use gas?
Huh?
Why do we still? I feel like we're at a place in society where I don't need to be putting gas in my car. I don't need to be tying my shoes up. Fuck some laces. It's a lot of shit that it's like, come on now. Why are we
because car companies aren't pushing electric cars.
No.
Tesla.
Well, the whole point of Tesla is like the leader of it, right? But I thought about this so much is that the reason why we don't have electric cars right now is because no matter how many electric cars there will be, there will always be gas cars because not everybody can afford electric cars unless they are literally free. You know what I mean?
now.
Yeah, exactly. For now, but like it would take so long for all gas guzzling cars to be like replaced with like more efficient cars. You know what I mean?
I feel like in the next 100 years.
Oh yeah, definitely within the next 100 years, but within the next 100 years we'll all be fucking dead.
Isn't there like a
Speak for
bill
yourself.
or some shit like pushing like all cars to be electric by a certain
121.
year? It's pretty soon though. I think it's like 2030 something.
I think it's 2035.
We would be 35. That's not old. Nowhere near old.
I don't know. I feel old right now.
35, you're gonna be still young. Like 35 is the new young.
Yeah.
35 is the new 25.
I remember when you think about during the Revolutionary War, 35, bro, you're fucking almost dead. Like that was that, and those motherfuckers looked at least 60. Like you ever look at history books and you're like look at a picture of let's say Benjamin Franklin, motherfucker could be 15, and you're like, damn, bro, motherfucker already got gray hair.
I was listening to the No Jumper podcast with Adam 22. He was talking to Joe Budden. Very interesting podcast. But he was talking about how white people age quicker.
They do,
physically, and he made the best analogy I've ever seen. He was like, you ever had a black t-shirt? You can keep that black t-shirt for a while, but if you just get a plain white t-shirt, it looks dingy after a few wears.
Literally.
They don't hold up as much. I don't know why. He was like, because you can see wrinkles. He's a white dude too.
Joe Budden is?
Not Joe Budden, but
Adam 22.
Oh no, it's Joe Biden. It's a white dude. Adam 22, yeah.
What is Joe Budden?
He's he has a podcast. He used to make.
I know who he is.
But what
is he?
He's black, I think. He's black.
Oh, Joe Budden. I'm thinking of Joe Rogan. I was like, Joe Rogan isn't white?
No, Joe Rogan's very white. Joe Rogan's
Okay, never
Boston
mind.
white.
Scratch what I just
Is he
said.
actually from Boston?
Yeah.
Honestly, that makes sense. He looks like he's from Boston.
He talks like he's from Boston.
Did you know Chris Evans is from Boston?
Chris Evans?
Yeah.
I can
Isn't
see
that
it.
crazy?
I can see it.
And then the guy from The Office is from Boston. What's his name? The guy that everybody likes.
Steve Carell?
No, the gym guy.
Oh, yeah.
He's from
He's
Boston.
got his last name's
Krasinski.
Krasinski.
No, yeah, John Krasinski. There you go.
Yeah, something like that.
Do you think you play what's the guy from Fantastic Four?
Oh, yeah,
the
Reed
last-
Richards?
Yeah, do you think he'll play him?
I think he'd
I
be
think
a
he'd do
good fit.
good at it.
I think he'd be a good fit.
There we go. Get out of here. No, whenever I
Boys
was
only.
getting my haircut, Bryce, it made me so happy because there's this big black guy there. You know what I mean? And he came in, sat down, and then Ivy was cutting this one dude's hair, and he was like, let's say this guy's name's Rick, right? He was like, yo, Rick, what about the mutants, bro? Like, because they're watching X-Men or something. He was like, okay, let's say which one's the most powerful mutant? And this guy, he literally turned around in his little chair. He was like, let me tell you. And he went on like a 30-minute sermon of how, even though Wolverine is everybody's favorite, right? But he's not the most powerful. You have Magneto, you have Professor X, you have that bitch with the fucking that can make shit blow up.
Jean Grey.
Thank you. I almost said Raven for some reason. That's Teen Titans, right?
Why do black people love anime? This is coming from a black person who doesn't love anime.
It's
I
coming
feel like that's
from
like
a
a
black
thing
person
now.
who doesn't love anime.
Like that's like a type. Like when you go look at like types of black people,
Yeah, but
there's some types that we've always had. But I feel like the new is like that's a new subcategory of black people.
what would you say is your least favorite type of black person? Like I can't like.
All right. So anyway,
No. Like no.
Real quick.
So motherfuckers who listen to NBA YoungBoy or anime fans, which ones are your least favorite black people?
I love all my people.
I love all black people. I don't know what you're talking
I love
about.
all black.
But I would like to
You
say
you
that
have a least favorite black person?
I love them all.
Adam was like, "There's a big fat black guy in the barbershop." I think that's your type. I think you have a fetish for big fat black guys.
No, do you know what's crazy?
And that's why you and Bryce are so gay for each
Do
other.
you know what's
Like,
crazy? Is that every time I go to the barbershop, I think of Luke Cage. And remember, he used to sit in the barbershop all the time. I was like, bro, this would be such a nice life.
That was a great show.
Dude, I remember you got me into Daredevil and Luke Cage back in freshman year, and I was so thankful about that because those were actually good shows. I hate that they were canceled, though. They were such good shows. Iron Fist
Was kind of mid.
Yeah, Iron Fist is mid. Jessica Jones.
I fucked
can
with
go.
Jessica Jones,
I feel like it's like that type where it's like, she's a woman, she's powerful.
but she was like hurt and vulnerable and like emotionally unavailable. It was. I liked it.
Kind of like all the girls I talk to. Wow.
Yeah, that's how I like my women. You know.
Anyway, so Elon Musk on SNL, did you see that?
I didn't watch it, but I knew it was coming up
It was
because I was like,
horrific,
"Yo, my
man.
Dogecoin about to go crazy. I'm about to drop out," and then it dropped.
it didn't go crazy.
It didn't go crazy. It
Bro,
actually
it
went
did the opposite.
stupid.
It was horrible, man.
And but everyone's texting me. Like some people, like Nyny texted me, and Connor texted me because I told at 65 cents. I told Connor to buy it. Damn.
I feel like it's still a good investment. I think it's gonna do some numbers.
I think it's gonna go back.
But like, it's no need like to like buy out now. Like, might as well see what's gonna happen in a year. I feel like that's really true about any investment. That's why I'm so sad. Like the oil shit is happening because my Marathon oil stock went down a little bit. But we ain't gonna talk about that.
It's gonna come back. I feel like, especially with the type of investments we were doing in Dogecoin. Like, I put like $40 in. You know what I mean? Like I could spare $40. You know, for my whole lifetime, when you look at it, like $40 isn't that much money.
Have you seen the new Venom trailer? I forgot to tell you about that.
I didn't like the first Venom.
But have you seen the new one?
Yeah,
What do you think about it?
it was interesting.
I think it might be okay. I never watched the Venom, the first one, but I watched like clips of it and I was like, this might not actually be half bad.
I just don't like that it's not part of the cinematic universe.
I
So it's
agree.
like fuck it, fuck everything that's not.
Exactly. There's like no ability to connect with anything because you can't legally do that, which is what I hate. But I think it's gonna be good. Never be you and your chick flicks or whatever. Any new trailers coming out?
I
Not
gotta
you
say,
assuming that I watch chick flicks.
Bitch, because you don't like Avengers, you don't like the Marvel
I do
shit.
watch Marvel movies now. Thank you very much.
Okay, which one did you watch recently?
I watched all of them recently.
ooh,
Well, which one's your favorite?
Black Panther.
Black Panther, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Basic.
I'm black, so what you trying to say? I can't like Black Panther.
It's getting
Is something wrong with that?
Excuse me?
It's getting kind of hot in here. Damn.
I think and with Dogecoin, go buy Dogecoin right now. everyone listening. Let's get rich
I
together.
low-key want to buy more because I feel like it's really gonna do numbers like later in life.
I need to.
I went to put $10 more in, and it was like, I can only afford 16. That's like 16 Dogecoins for $10 now. And I was like, I just can't do it. I can't put any more money in because I'm like,
I wish I would have put more in the very beginning. Like when you did it, like I only put like $5 in.
I wish I put more.
And now I only have like 218. So like I needed to go like crazy for me to make a good profit.
Imagine if it does do Bitcoin numbers in the next 10 to 15 years.
Hey, when I disappear, don't say shit to me.
If you think we wild now. If you think we wild now, I'm going to tell you how I really feel.
Crazy. So yeah, Drake is the artist of the decade.
Wait, really?
For the Billboard Music Awards. That's such a crazy conversation because Drake was my favorite until the ghostwriting allegations, and I feel like it definitely tampered my idea of what Drake was as an artist or as a lyricist, because I feel like I still base a lot of my favorite rappers based on their lyricism. But if you look at Drake has been consistent. He's dropped a hit, at least one hit a year, every year for the past 10 years. I don't think anybody in history has done that.
Here are the top 10 artists of the last 10 years. Drake, Taylor Swift,
Okay.
Bruno Mars,
Taylor Swift.
I give him that.
Rihanna,
Okay.
Rihanna, Adele,
Okay.
Ed Sheeran,
Okay.
Justin Bieber,
Okay.
Yeah,
Katy Perry, Maroon 5,
Mm.
and 10, Post Malone.
I can understand that because a lot of white girls love Posty.
Complex didn't put this list out. I
Couple
can see.
honorable mentions. The Weeknd at 14, Nicki Minaj at 15, One Direction at 19, and Justin Timberlake at 20.
I'm surprised One Direction isn't up more.
It's really interesting because I feel like everything I listen to, or not everything, but like a lot of the stuff I listen to in culture, American culture, is like very like rap focused because it is like a lot flashier, a lot more interesting per se. But pop is like, different. I'm
like looking at these artists and like trying to think of like, I feel like Drake is definitely like at the top, but a couple of them I feel like of a whole decade, I feel like they shouldn't be this high on the list.
Katy Perry.
Yeah, I'm surprised at Katy Perry. Like, she had that one Super Bowl performance that was fucking fire. You know what I mean? But
when she was putting out hits, I don't think I've heard a Katy Perry song in the last 5 years that I was like, damn, that's a hit. But when Roar came out, fireworks, shit.
Then we did a rhetorical analysis on one of her videos. I think about that often, actually.
I want to get Miss Nelson on that. I think about that often too because now I watch stuff differently.
Yeah, definitely. But Beyonce is 23, and I think she should be higher than that.
23? I thought she was a lot older.
I'm about to say
no, not age.
Damn,
on this
bro.
list, I think it's 100 people on this list, and she's 23. I think she should be a little higher than that.
Oh, definitely, I agree.
I think she would give Drake a run for his money.
No, that's ridiculous.
I think she would.
That's ridiculous.
Beyonce has done a lot in the last decade.
Not like Drake.
Yeah, no, Drake
has just had like, I think like beyond music. Okay, I guess if we're looking at it just from an artist standpoint, like dropping music, then Drake. But if we're looking at it from like just impacting the culture, I think Beyonce had a little bit more.
We did this.
Had a little bit of edge on Drake.
Here comes Brian.
Coachella.
Martinez, he will be taking over me when I have to leave early.
Coachella alone.
One piece of pizza.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Brian with the military hat.
Yes, sir.
I'm really Republican now. So.
Bro, I can get you some patches.
Yikes.
Brian's been listening to a lot of Joe Rogan. I can see this having an effect on him. I went through that too.
Listen, Brian, I can get you some patches, bro. I can get you some patches put up there.
I got deep in it, Brian. I was listening to like Jordan Peterson every night before I went to sleep. So, the people who know that is, they know who that is. But no, Drake.
I think Taylor Swift could give him a run for his money too.
Yeah, I give Taylor.
Bro,
I think Beyonce should be in that conversation as well.
Yeah, I think she should be higher.
Why? What?
It's interesting. I don't think Bruno Mars should be number 3
because it got pepperoni on it.
I think Bruno Mars. when you like listen to some people, like my mom hates rap. You know what I'm saying? Like she's not listening to rap at all. Mm-hmm. But she'll fuck with Bruno Mars. I feel like age is a certain factor that like, some people can like just like. It's more traditional. Like just singing is just more traditional than rapping. I feel like, and older people can get with it.
Yeah, understood.
All right, I'm about to invest in Dogecoin.
Is Drake a GOAT though? That's my question. That's my whole thing. In a way, he is
A goat, so there are several goats.
Yes.
Okay, how
Just
much
like
money should I
there's
put? How much money should I put into Dogecoin?
100.
Okay, I don't got 100, bro.
I definitely
20.
think so.
Okay, I'm gonna put 10.
I can't put him as like a rap GOAT in the sense of like rapping ability, but when you look at like culture and shifting the culture and being successful for as long as he's been successful, commercially, he's the GOAT. He might be the musical GOAT.
So do you? Okay.
When it comes to commerciality,
Do you
if
think
that's a word?
I don't understand what you're saying. Do you think that Drake should like retire before he like? Do you think Drake can do any wrong in the music business?
Drake does so much wrong. That's why I give him
But
so much
like,
shit.
Wrong where like ain't nobody fucking with him. Like they're like
No.
he put this album
No.
out and it's trash. Like not one hit on the album
No.
whatsoever. Interesting.
No.
Interesting.
Drake could be on an episode of Catch a Predator, and the show
That motherfucker come out with a nice album.
the show after that will be sold out.
I'm weak.
Drake is he's a different person.
Interesting.
Like
It's so crazy to think that he really came from Degrassi.
It is.
That is actually kind of ridiculous. You know what I mean?
I don't know. He's like a super powerful force in the music industry. Drake, it doesn't matter what he puts out.
I can't believe you don't like fucking
It's going to
pepperoni,
go
bro.
platinum. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what it is. Like he has that much like big of a fan base. I think he's like the second most listened to person on Spotify, on all of Spotify.
Well, who's number one?
For a while it was Justin Bieber when he put out his album. It changes for a while. I think it was Bad Bunny for a while. Because if you think about like Latin music, like it's such a large audience, like globally.
Are you saying that because they have a lot of families? Are you being racist?
Yeah,
right
they
now?
got a lot of kids, bro.
You hear that? Make fun of the Hispanic community, the Latinx community.
I'm Indian, so.
Hey yo. Can you make it rain, brother?
I don't think he was talking about that type of Indian. Yeah, we don't say Indian anymore. Adam.
Bro, you better leave, bro. Someone's gonna come over here.
It's
and yell at
interesting
you.
that your brain went to Native Americans when
White
you say
people.
Indian.
Yeah, because I am very respectful of their people. I'm gonna call Brian Chief out of great respect for his people.
We don't get reported.
Yo, we gotta cut this one.
I think we should have. Never mind.
What?
I was gonna say I think we should have a Halloween party and like all wear offensive costumes and take pictures and then like leak it in a few years.
No, it's like that. You remember that time when like everybody was like, all these girls are posting pictures of them like wearing bed sheets, pretending to be ghosts during
Yeah.
Halloween time? Bro, I reported every single one of those pictures. I'm like, bro, they're acting like KKK. You know what I
I've
mean?
seen some suspicious.
But like some
Halloween
motherfucker
costumes.
could paint his face black to do like a military costume. They're like, wow, blackface, get canceled. When motherfuckers dress like KKK people and they're like, oh, that's okay. Bro, Brian won't eat that pizza because it has pepperoni on it.
No, I don't like the sausage.
Brian's a Muslim. I'm just kidding. Brian's not a Muslim.
Assalamu alaikum, brother.
What? This is just what?
Um,
Pepperoni?
Meat lovers.
Astro World Festival.
Bro, you don't like me, bro?
I feel like
Hey,
festivals
get the
don't
games,
excite
man.
me, other than the J. Cole.
Because you've never
Dreamworld.
been.
Hey, don't get them games, bro.
Dreamville.
Don't eat it all, man.
I
Because you've never
apologize.
been.
All right.
I think we should go to one though.
I want to go to Dreamville. I think
we
that should
have
be
our
the
own
first.
festival where we record the podcast.
I think the
for
other
everybody.
thing is like most of the time, like some of the artists, I'd be like, okay, like I don't really care to see them in concert because I don't really fuck with their music like that. Like I'm not a big Travis Scott fan.
I'm not either. But Brian brought a good point. We were talking last night, and he was like, just going to a concert, you're going to enjoy yourself because like it's just a communal experience and like
Yeah, I can see that.
it's like music and it's like all this other shit.
Yeah, I guess, but I get grumpy very easily, so I might not have the best time.
Ooh, so this podcast is not going out to Sunday, so I can talk about this now. I'm going to New Orleans on Thursday. We're surprising our friend and going to New Orleans, and I'm super excited.
Have fun. Sounds fun.
Thank you. Hope we can make it. Gas is not really looking
Oh yeah,
good.
I forgot about gas.
I know. We're driving
Terrible
too.
timing.
I know. But hey,
It is what it is. If y'all get stranded somewhere,
hey,
y'all can just stranded somewhere until they get a
AirPods came out
Gas
5 years
back.
ago.
I remember when they were so cool.
Dude,
They're still cool, but like
I bought them because I was like, bro, I'm gonna look so cool.
For a while, I was like, why the fuck would I buy
Uh-huh.
$200 things that I can put in my ear when I have the wired ones for free? And then I bought them, and I was like, oh, okay, this is why.
Dude, what's crazy is that I hate buying technology sometimes because every time I buy something, the newer version of it comes out. Like I buy AirPods and they're like, oh, AirPods Pro coming out, or there was like a leak of like AirPods Black coming out. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh, nice, that'd be dope. But I just bought these fucking things. And
But with Apple, you can always expect something better to come
Exactly,
out after you
right?
buy
I
it.
want that purple iPhone.
I do too. It's kind of nice.
So I think you should like, for certain things, you should buy them. If you really want it, you should just wait until they release the next one and then buy that. And then it's at least another year before they release something
But
else.
then-
AirPods was just such a great like device for me. Like I love my AirPods. Like if you had to tell me the most
His
5
original ones.
essential things,
his original ones.
I lost my first pair got stolen. If I were to show you my most 5 essential things, AirPods are up there.
Absolutely.
And
I
then his
use my
pocket pussy?
AirPods all day at work. Like I don't know how I was surviving before I was listening to podcasts all day. It's really crazy.
I'm gonna stop now and like just say thank you to Anchor for sponsoring us, allowing us to do this. Thank you to our Patreon supporters, Pooby Stinklefarb, Daniel. He's part of the Very Wild Gang. He's donating $10 a month. Subscribe for $2 a month. Have a slice.
Pizza time.
And thank you, Daniel. You can go support our podcast. We have a $2, a $5, $10, and a $15 subscription, all that comes with their own perks and different little things. And now I have a quick ad for Anchor. And now we're back to the show. Shout out to Anchor. And I think now we can get started on our Y'all Therapist section. Shout out to Nairobi for coming up with that.
I just put $30 into Dogecoin.
I think, yes, sir, going up.
I think this first one is a great question.
I think it's a great question, but I feel like I can't give good advice on it because I feel like it really depends on your circumstance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
like-
I think I can really answer this one.
But like, are we still living with our parents?
I mean, technically, I guess.
You
If you're still
technically are.
dependent,
Like,
yeah.
this isn't like your permanent address.
If you move out, like you buy your own place and stuff like that, then I think technically you're not under your parents' like household anymore. Because if you still come home whenever like you're in a break or something like that, then yeah, you're still living with your parents. But like if you come home for like holidays, you're not living with your parents. Just holidays and shit.
I feel like there's a lot of stigma to like living with your parents, but it's like your parents have a lot more financial stability than you. And you know,
Exactly.
I feel like I probably won't move back with my parents after I graduate, but that's only because of location. You know what I mean? If my parents were like closer to a major city or
Bro, get them
closer
to move
to
to Mint
job
Hill, man. You can
opportunities,
live together.
my mom would love to move. My mom is like, she's very like, hey, let's do it. She don't give a fuck. She would move right now if she could.
Why though? Like, does she just not
Just to
like
do it. Oh, she doesn't like living in the country anymore, you know?
Especially where they live is like very
Yeah.
secluded.
It's very country. It's like, yeah, we still don't have good cell phone service. So it's like in the backwoods. And just driving a long time, like she definitely would like to be closer. Not closer like up on people, like a big city, but like just closer to like a city while still having like a yard and shit like that.
You know what's crazy is that I remember one time during the summer, your Summer texted me. She was like, I'm in this meeting with Bryce, and all of a sudden his screen cut out, and he won't answer his texts or anything. I keep on calling him, and he won't answer. I'm like,
I
damn.
died.
So I started texting. I was like, bro, are you okay, man? Like, what's up? Summer told me that like suddenly like you lost connection or something like that, and like stuff, all this stuff. And I was like, oh. And I started thinking, I was like, I would not be surprised if Bryce like got up to like go to the bathroom and slipped and fell and fucking cracked his head open. Like I would not be surprised. I was like starting to freak out. I was like, bro, you gotta let me know. I was actually gonna message your brother on Instagram, but I couldn't find your fucking brother's Instagram because he doesn't go by Brim. It's like BRim3895. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. We're at an age now where I feel like if we fall and like we're young, so I mean I guess you can't compare if you're like a really older person, but I feel like if I fall, I'm really gonna fall. You know what I mean?
The day I fell on the steps, if I was old, that would have been the last fall. That would have been it. I'd have been bedridden.
But I feel like when it comes to living with your parents, it all depends on your circumstances. And if you can live with your parents for longer and that's going to save you money and set you up better financially in the future, then you should do that.
Yeah, definitely. I've like heard so many stories about people like staying with their parents so they could like save, so they can put a down payment on a house, whatever it's called, you know.
Yeah.
And I definitely think that's like a good thing to do. Like, I'm very grateful that my parents are in the situation that they're in. I would absolutely move back home just so I could save.
Did you hear about Israel and Palestine? Got fucking beef going on, bro. It's kind of fucked up.
They always got beef.
They do.
I'm Team Palestine. You know what I'm saying? All the way. Fuck Israel.
Do you recognize Israel as a legitimate state?
No, fuck all that bullshit.
Bro, give me
Give
that
them
hat.
people
Give me
they
that
land
hat,
back.
bro.
Give them people they land back.
Bro, so you're telling me...
That's just how I feel.
So you're telling me that... Well, actually, you're right. I was going to say, so you're telling me that Jesus in Jerusalem wasn't real? But Palestinians were there
Jesus
first.
was born in Palestine, not Israel.
Yeah, true.
If you really think about it, it's
This
kind of...
motherfucker finna pull out the Bible and read y'all some facts.
I guess I don't know all the facts, but...
Can you do a scripture for us real quick?
They were... The Jewish people in, like, that part of Europe were, like, given Israel, right? But people already live there.
Mm.
So I'm like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the Holocaust fucked up, but...
Damn,
you got a country?
Damn. Anyway, are drugs bad? Depends on which ones you're using.
I feel like
Crocodile,
it
no.
depends. I have a really good take. I feel like it depends on what you consider a drug, because there's a lot of stuff that we consider drugs because they're stigmatized, but there's other things that are just as well drugs, but they're not stigmatized, so we don't call them drugs. You know what I mean?
Alcohol is definitely a drug.
Does this
Alcohol.
include pharmaceutical drugs?
Yeah, anything that's a drug. And what constitutes a drug? Is it just the level of addictiveness?
Coffee's a drug.
Because if so, I would say coffee's a drug. I would say caffeine's a drug. I would say the sugar is a drug. If I were to start my own country, we not having fast food at all.
A medicine
We
or
only have
other
drugs.
substance which has a
Yeah, I would say something that does something.
physiological effect when ingested or otherwise introduced into the body.
Could we say then that soda is a drug?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have an extreme physical effect as heroin or weed or something like that.
I'm addicted to Diet
But
Coke.
you drink it and you do get like some like
But
your
it has
endorphins.
caffeine in it, right?
Yeah, and that's another drug. But I feel like sugar in itself is a drug. I feel like it's a lot of stuff. You know?
Dude, what's crazy is I have not had Diet Coke in at least 2 weeks. I've been drinking green tea now, bro. I'm trying to get healthy.
Yes, sir.
I guess like
I hate because I want to fucking
collectively
die.
maybe drugs aren't bad. It's just like when they're abused, then drugs. Well, then like
But we
is the
abuse
drugs
soda.
bad? I don't know. It's
Baby,
kind
I
of a
tell you, you look
complicated
beautiful today.
situation. Yeah, drugs. You know.
And I mean, I don't know. It's complicated. I feel like a lot of stuff is drugs that we don't consider drugs.
Let me actually
But they're
check the
addicting.
update
You know
on
what I mean?
It's very interesting to me that the fact that weed is like illegal federally in most states. But alcohol is very much legal when you're 21, and it's like people die from alcohol all the time and cause accidents and cause harm to other people. But weed, if ever, rarely has that effect.
Or even like just like certain pills that we get prescribed. My cousin like got her wisdom tooth taken out and they prescribed her Oxycontin. I was like, damn.
Yeah,
You
bro,
know
they
what
do
I
that
mean?
I'm scared to get some type of surgery and they
Yeah.
like prescribe me some pain meds, and then I'm scared to get addicted to some shit like
I know
that.
I'm gonna get addicted. I'm just gonna have to shake it off.
It's like that's kind of scary. Like people, like it consumes people's lives.
And it gets prescribed to just everyday people. Like these people aren't going out. It's like, oh, you slipped and fell? Bet. Here's some perk 30s. You know what I mean? And next thing you know,
It's kind of scary. Have y'all ever seen House?
I haven't.
It's,
But
he was
I know.
he was addicted to Vicodin. That's crazy. Like
Bitch, I am too.
it's doctors around here walking around here addicted to shit.
Horse
I think-
tranquilizers, bro. Them shits put you to bed, bro.
Let's do
Those shit-
ketamine. I
Let's
think
do
ketamine?
Molly.
I'm down to do some ketamine. Let's do some ketamine.
I
For
think
legal purposes, we are actually not doing ketamine. We are not doing any form of drugs. If you see us doing anything, we are not doing anything.
Butt crack. Okay.
But crack cocaine and crocodile.
I feel like also when it comes to drugs, like drugs on people's like artistic expression, because like for example, Juice, where like his drug use is what killed him, but also would he have seen the shit he saw? Would he have written the art he made and through that art saved like people's lives and like support his family for generations if he hadn't have done that drug? So not only did it like destroy him, but also he probably saw shit he would have never seen. He experienced stuff he would have never seen. His family has millions of dollars they never would have had without his drug use. Not saying that was worth his life, but it's really interesting. Drugs.
Didn't one time a motherfucker ask you if you've ever done acid when writing a song? Wasn't like somebody I know who asked you that?
Ask me that?
Yeah.
And
Because they like met you for the first time, and I told them I was like, yeah, Bryce like makes music, and they were like wanting to ask you if you do drugs like Chance the Rapper when you create music, and I was like, this motherfucker's a freshman in college.
People do drugs all the time.
They do, true. I remember freshman year we would be walking around like after Soviet, and you'd smell people smoking weed under the bridge.
Yeah.
And they'd just be sitting out there in the middle of
It
fucking
was
open smoking weed. And I'm like, damn, bro.
I feel like weed is like not as bad, or not even saying that drugs are bad, whatever. But like, it's like so much more common that I'm not surprised. But like, if somebody was like smoking crack, I'd be like, whoa.
Hold on now.
Like, is that a crack pipe?
It's like certain drugs are just like, they do that?
Shit, bro, pass the rock.
Like, I don't even know like how to get in contact with like someone that sells like hardcore drugs.
I used to. I don't know if y'all remember, if you go to UNCC, there used to be an app called Islands, and you could buy whatever you wanted to buy off of there.
They still got it?
They don't have it anymore. They took it down.
Damn it.
But like, that's how we met. That's how I met certain people, and that's how we learned to play beer pong. You know what I mean? Through that app, through meeting like people and stuff. That's how you found parties and everything.
Never. Bryce and I were talking about this the other day when we were driving around We were driving around downtown. Do you remember that party we tried to go to freshman year with Parker and
yeah, I think y'all were talking about Take Me Home Country Road last episode.
Country Road.
Whatever the fuck the name of the song is. Yeah. And I was like, I'll be triggered, and that's why, because we left that great party. That great ass party. Fucking great. It was jumping.
That house. Oh my god. That was when Mo Bamba was out.
Do you remember? I don't know if you were outside when that happened, but me and Emmanuel and Parker, we met the host of it.
Oh yeah, he said thank you for your service.
Yeah, this motherfucker was like, yeah, me and my roommates were in the military, and fucking Emmanuel and Parker were both like, oh bro, thank you for your service. He was like, don't say that to me. And they're like, why not? And he was like, we don't like that. You know, and Lily Parker was like, ah, shit, man, I'm sorry, but thank you for your service though. And he was like, all right, man. And then we walked inside. This shit was horrible.
We left that great ass party to ride around Charlotte.
Literally
y'all
jumping.
Listening to fucking Take Me Home Country Road.
Okay.
Fucking
we're white
all the way.
Walked to a fucking halfway to a strip club, and then decided not to go to the fucking strip club.
Jeremy was like,
because he had a girlfriend.
Yeah, but he said that in the very beginning.
Jeremy was like, I don't really want to go anymore.
He didn't say that. Like, he was like, he just probably wouldn't go in because he got a girlfriend and he didn't want to disrespect his girlfriend or some shit. And then whoever we were with, they were like, oh man, like we don't want to go if you're not gonna go in. So y'all were like, oh well, let's go back to the car when we had just walked 15 minutes.
I think I said that.
And then we got an Uber.
Yeah, then we got an Uber, and I was talking. Remember that? That was the night that I told you that I had sex in the dorm. That's when I lost my virginity, and you're like, damn, bro, I wish I was there. Remember that? Like you wish you were in the dorm when I had it.
Can we talk about you losing your virginity? How was that?
It was alright.
Interesting. Did you nut fast?
Bitch,
nut quick.
That was like 18 years ago.
How you not remember your first time?
All I know is that I met her at Concord Mills. Like we met up over there. She gave me head in the parking lot. Great head, by the way. Got a video of it. No, and then when, I was like, yeah, I'll just meet me at my dorm. And then she actually beat me there. And then we walked up to my dorm, and I could hear Jeremy in his room playing video games. And I was like, all right, we gotta be quiet. And then we just had sex in my room. And then I told her that I had to go to a cookout later. But I pretended to be asleep so she wouldn't fucking leave. And she wouldn't leave, so I woke up. I was like, yeah, I gotta go. She's like, oh, okay.
Hookup culture is so interesting.
I could teach you all about it,
college is like such a great time because like you can do drugs for the first time, or you can have sex for the first time.
You get addicted for the first time. We had some
crickets.
It went real quiet.
No, I can't wait to like I definitely want to do a podcast like after we graduate and we really go back and dissect some of the stuff we did and went through.
I won't be graduated by then.
I feel like no, we'll be there. We'll be there at graduation 2028, and I just want to like go back and because we're still very much in it, so I don't think we'll have as good a perspective as we would in 2 years.
I just want y'all to know right now that if everything is 100% back to normal next year, I am gonna be out here wilding. Okay, it is my last year, and I'll be damned if I don't have a great senior year. I don't give a fuck. Like,
I hope I make it to 22. I'm living like Larry.
We've had fun. Like, I'm of age now, so like, we've drank, and you know, most of the time I get to my limit, and I'm like, okay, it's probably not even my limit, but I'm like, okay, let me chill out. But like, fuck that bullshit. Brian, for your birthday, it's gonna start at your birthday. Just so you know. Me out here wilding.
Wow.
I'm probably gonna be drunker than you.
You
Brian.
better come out here.
We gotta do
wearing
that
nothing
video
but-
where we see like who we think is gonna be the drunkest.
I'm right there with y'all.
Brian.
I'm ready.
I'm glad you said that because that's how we should open it. That's how we should open 2021 summer.
That is actually great as fuck.
My God.
And we out here.
Oh, I'm gonna have to buy a gun.
What? What?
Hey, I'm having a blast.
Me too.
I mean, because not only do I have to make up for the year and a half we lost for COVID, but I also have to make up for freshman year and that half of sophomore year where I just wasn't as confident as I would have liked to been, and I am now. So I'm gonna be a complete menace. If you know me right now, don't talk to me.
Y'all don't know him. Y'all don't know.
You're not gonna know me. If you see me somewhere, that's not even me.
Next update, shit finna be crazy on him. He'll be different. He'll be white.
I'm gonna legally change my name to brice3000.
Yeah, brice3000. That's me. That's me.
I'm just gonna be out. I'm dyeing my hair blonde. I'm getting tattoos. I'm kind of going through a crisis
You want to
right
get a
now.
neck tattoo together?
At this point,
It's gonna be a lot
Kinda
of-
down.
Be a lot of neck.
We getting tattoos? I'm down.
I want to get one before
we always talk about
we have to
this.
dye our hair and get at least one tattoo before
Bro,
Brian's
our
birthday.
parents are not gonna talk to us, man. They're gonna be like,
That's
I'm
fine.
gonna come home. My parents are like, you can't hang out with them black folk no more. I would be like, damn.
Wow, just the black.
You
folks.
come back
Just
blonde.
us.
You come back with tattoos. Shit, that one time you got your ears pierced.
Oh, we did get.
We had our ears pierced. I don't have them
That was a great time, actually.
I'm ready to.
You let your
just
hole
live.
close?
What?
You let your hole close?
My hole's always closed unless it's for you.
that was too quick. He thought about that before.
I think about this all the time, bro.
Waiting to say that.
I just know I'm gonna be a menace. I'm gonna be a menace.
It's gonna be a
Mine,
year
you
to
already take over
remember,
for me.
goddamn.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You don't over here.
I'm gonna be lit. Let's get. I want to get a lip tattoo, like right here. We're gonna have a great time. That's all I know.
A great time.
See you
Hey,
later.
I'm ready for it. And Brian, we're gonna start it with your birthday. That's gonna be the opening. We gotta set the tone.
My birthday?
Yeah.
It's gonna be here before I know it.
Oh man,
But I'm ready.
prepare yourself.
Shit, I'm gonna drink like 2 gallons of water that day.
It's gonna be one for the books.
Oh my gosh.
I think that's gonna be the one for the books.
I think this is. It's gonna be. I can feel the energy.
You know what I want to do? You know how I like end up being a DJ at every party?
Yes.
I really want to invest in some like DJ equipment.
I will.
Because like
Oh my
I just
God.
know that I have it in me that I can actually DJ a party.
Nairobi.
And it's like I would love to do it now and like get good at it so we can like really have parties like later in the year. And like charge people to get in.
Nairobi. Music has such a profound effect on me, especially under the influence. And I've been to parties when you weren't there, and I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck is going on? I need to get Nairobi on the aux. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to pull up places like, hey, let my girl get on the aux.
It's like I think I could do it.
I think you can do it too.
I'm really thinking about it.
We've had moments where it was like, oh, it was just like, I don't know, it was just perfect. It's like the really hype song to get you hype, but now we've been hyped for too long, so let's bring it down. Let's slow it down a little bit. Then let's bring it back up. Like for your birthday, I cried that night.
I feel like that's all DJs do is like they just like they know the crowd and they just like choose the next song. And it's like if I had like the DJ equipment, I could bring the song in the right way.
Mix it in.
Instead of just like playing the next
I
song.
can see it.
That's so funny. When did that happen? Because I feel like I didn't know that about you, and then all of a sudden it just boom, it happened.
I don't know. I like
think it was-
I like this long ass pandemic. I was just laying in bed like, I wonder if like how hard it would be to be a DJ.
I think it was on Halloween when you were like,
Were you on the music?
Yeah, because you asked her to make a playlist.
Yeah.
She had that big ass playlist. So.
Halloween. I think I feel like my birthday, my 20th birthday.
It was definitely your 20th
I
birthday.
think my 20th birthday, I was like,
That really inspired me to like even think about it. And this is like, it's like I'm gonna do it.
like I wanted to dance. You know what I mean?
I just need the equipment. It's coming. DJ Nyny on the track, boy.
Oh my gosh.
My sister ordered me a mic.
Yeah.
Shout out to my sister.
Yeah, shout out to is it your sister that comments?
Yeah.
Shout out to her. Like
Like-
she's been really supportive on the YouTube.
Yeah. She says she watches every episode. So
That's what I like to hear.
She should join the Patreon.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But what else we gonna talk about? Sorry, I kind of just took over.
I have another question. Brian and Adam just switched out for anybody listening, audio only. Y'all therapist, so how to keep the spark alive?
Role play.
So you're thinking this is relationship?
I thought so. What other spark would be alive?
I took it as relationship, but I thought it also could be like life spark. Cause I feel like I'm getting old.
Interesting.
And shit. Like, you know how, like, me and Brent talked about this before. Like, damn, like Christmas really don't feel like Christmas. You know, like when you're a kid. So
I don't get any gifts.
You know, that's really crazy that you say that. And I think it's like because you grow up and like Christmas is like just such a like exciting time. For me personally, I think it's such an exciting time because like my family is all there, but like now everybody's getting older and starting their own families. And so it's really just be me, my mom, and my dad. And like not as big of a family, so it's not like the same environment, so it's like not the same.
I think sometime within that, my like before Christmas is all about receiving stuff, and I feel like this last Christmas, like I like gave a lot, and that like felt really good. So maybe that's how I can bring the spark back for Christmas. But just like in life, like we're getting old, you know what I mean? Like some of the, like going to the, like we not going to the park no more. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not a spark, but that used to be a spark for us.
I think you really just gotta find things that make you like, oh, like this is cool, like some exciting shit, like on the weekend, like random shit that's exciting, like make you like have fun.
I definitely want to explore my interests this summer, like on the weekends, like you said, when I'm not working.
Yeah.
Do things that like I wouldn't do. Cause
Yeah.
how do you know if you don't like doing things if you never do them?
Yeah, cause like it's like if you were just working every day and like on the weekends you're not doing shit, like you're probably gonna get like in this place. It's like, what is life?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like have fun.
I feel like I got to a place with that with us, like just sitting here like and drinking on the weekends because it was so fun sophomore year. Like that was the thing to do. You know what I mean? And I felt like it got kind of old, but then I think we started to change it up a bit. We got our place. I started going to brewing companies, and I really like that. So I feel like, you know, activities I like, but just changing the setting or changing the intention.
After I turn 21, we should go to a winery.
Yes.
I want to go to a winery.
Yes.
Have some wine.
For sure.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just like you said, finding interests that you like to do.
And for a relationship, I just feel like you have to go back to what you did in the beginning and do it again, even if it doesn't feel as genuine. Because I feel like a lot of times in relationships, you can kind of like lose your spark. Because
You get
like,
comfortable.
You get comfortable, and when you get comfortable, you don't put as much energy.
Yeah, you always have to like put a lot of energy into the relationship, and like you like have to date the person, like
Yeah.
like you really gotta like kind of treat it like you trying to get them, like you got to keep that same energy throughout your relationship. Like if you find the spark leaving, like, oh, like let me spark it up, like try to get them again. Like
I saw something the other day. I forgot what it was on, but it was like there's like a difference between being in love and like loving somebody, and like most of the times like we think of love of just being in love, but we don't ever like show love to people, if that makes sense. It's like,
Yeah.
like you said, like we forget about the little things that like we used to do to like get a person.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like what you said, yeah, like you kind of get used to it, you know what I mean? Yes, sir. Oh, my gosh.
Ready for the white people.
Oh, my gosh.
What do you do?
I'm uncomfortable.
Like work on golf carts and shit.
No, looks like it.
But, I mean, just keeping the spark alive.
Show him the fit.
Yeah,
I think you're so tall, you might have to go in the back or something.
he's not that tall.
Show him the fit. All right, how much your fit cost?
Adam's got on his
$15.
his khaki shorts, his polo. He's about to go to the golf course.
$125.
Is that ice real? Because I got my diamond tester with me. Y'all seen those videos?
I keep on seeing like old game ads that are like for that shit. It's like, I got my ice tester. Look what I'm checking out. It's like, let's go, and it's fucking the baby. And he was like, let me check this ice. And he puts on his like grill. And he was like, oh, that's real. Then he steals it. And the baby was like, oh no, go. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? I hate it. But yeah.
That's actually a fit. That's a fit.
Yeah, I'm ready for the golf course, you know.
That's a fit.
It's the stance for me.
Yeah.
He got his hands on his hip. What is hip poking out?
Thank God you don't dress like that, dude.
Bro, facts. If
I think you
dress
should
like this,
start.
Literally, all you need is like the Sperry's with no socks.
I think you should start. I think this is a look. I think this is your look.
No, I don't think it is.
With the glasses and everything. That's how I want you to pop out at parties.
I'm trying to get laid.
With the mustache.
I was just looking at his mustache.
Give a close up to the camera. I wish there's a way that we could like put this on Spotify.
The video.
The way Joe Rogan does. But I mean,
See my nipples poking out?
yeah, bro, they hard, bro.
I feel it. It's fucking cold up there.
That's his nipple.
Wow.
Damn, she's going for the whole boob.
Hey, I'm a nip person.
Yeah, you see the way her lips puckered up?
I'm weak. I feel like if there's
So what?
in my relationship,
Yeah.
if there's a nip, I'm touching it
Don't forget your
every
pizza.
time.
No, you guys can have it.
Bro, you said don't eat it all.
Yeah, because I was saying like everybody has some. Not just you, Brian. I don't want you to just. I want one person to eat it all. Hey, yo, don't let it.
I really like the shoes though.
Don't even let the roommate eat any of it.
Of course.
Is he here?
No, that motherfucker getting what? Paid $2,000 an hour.
Shout out to Lane and Dad
Mute
Squares.
this part, bro. Mute this part.
Woo. I'm tired. I'm going to the gym today, you guys.
Oh, word.
No,
Let me
you're
come
not.
with you.
I don't have that type of membership.
Let me work you out.
I don't have that type of membership.
Word.
Yo, let me work you out.
I don't have
Word.
that type of membership.
Let me work you out.
I don't have that type of membership.
Bro, anybody who sits in that fucking spot immediately has like a thing for Nyny. That's how it works.
What can I say?
So you gonna let me work you out? That's what
I don't have that type of membership.
I already worked out.
I got a guest pass to my gym. I could take you there.
Oh my god.
See you later, Adam.
See ya.
You didn't get a hug.
Yeah.
I'll let you guys know how it
Adam,
goes.
Adam.
Listen, man. We gotta keep going.
Summer finna beat your ass, bro.
Yeah, bro, you fucking put that shit on your private story. Summer saw it. She
Yeah.
fucking pegged him last night because of that.
That's a punishment? I thought that was a good thing.
It is surprise.
For us, it's a bad thing. Hurry up.
For us.
Whatever.
She's brought it up before. I was like, no.
I think you
I'll see you
should.
later. I got work to do.
All right, now. Have a great day at work,
You
Adam.
know how it goes. I'll see you a picture of Anders.
Bet.
See ya.
Oh my God, Adam has a job now. The world is really like coming to an end. Like it's really about to be over. I have another question. And Brian and I kind of talked on this last night. Is karma real, and should we live life assuming everything we do affects the karma we get?
Yeah, we talked about this last night,
Yeah.
and I was telling him that I think it's very real because like I feel like I've done some shitty things in my past. I'm not gonna get into what it is, you know. I'm not gonna put myself out there like that. But I was telling him that I really feel like they're like that karma, like you know when they say like karma is real. I never used to believe it, and like this year, like I feel like I really received my karma. But so yeah, I personally do think it's real. So I'm trying to like get my karma back in check, but like genuinely, I'm not just doing it so I don't get bad karma. It kind of made me realize like I shouldn't be doing those shitty things that I was doing.
I feel that, but also part of me feels like karma isn't real, or that it isn't real in the sense that it's an external force, and more so it's an internal force. Like you don't get karma, you like give yourself that karma. Like you do something messed up, and it's like you punish yourself without even like really noticing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like it's much less external force and more of like you did something bad, and even though you did that, you know it's bad, but you did it anyway, and so you'll punish yourself like internally.
Interesting. I don't know how I feel about it. Like maybe, like when you do bad things happen to you. I was just trying to think like, what's something bad I've done that like maybe I've gotten karma for, but I can't think of anything.
But and I say what I said because think about all the people that did, like think about these dictators, or think about these wealthy people or these racist people. A lot of them probably lived a good life, you know what I mean? And then they died, and then like that was it. They didn't really receive their external karma. If karma is real as an external force, as we're saying, then why didn't they receive their karma as equal? You know what I mean?
Yeah. This also like the question of like, should we live life assuming that there's karma? I think we should, like, but maybe like just in the sense like maybe you shouldn't be a shitty person and you should just, you know.
You should think about the consequences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
I agree.
I've learned how to do that because when I was like a little younger, I wouldn't really think about the consequences. I guess I was acting impulsively. But when you like for example, like you get really mad at somebody and like it's like you want to fight them or some shit. But if you sit there and like think about the consequences, it's like why would you let somebody rile you up like to the point where you got to fight them? Like that's just not worth it. So yeah, just I feel like now like every action I take, I like try to think about like the consequences. So and this helped me a lot.
I feel that. I feel like also in my life, and not always with negative stuff that deserves bad karma, just in life, I feel like I've learned to think less because I feel like I think too much. I get like ahead of myself with stuff, and it kind of like holds me back from like my full potential or just like gifts or blessings. So also in life, I feel like I was like, let's dye our hair and get a tattoo. You know what I mean? Like I would never have said that 2 years ago. But I feel like also just living in the moment for the moment as it is.
Yeah. I'm really about this, Let's go dye our hair, bro. I'm going blonde. I don't care.
Let's do it.
Going blonde. I want to get a leg tattoo. I don't know what I want to get, but I want a leg piece.
I do too.
So I want to go skydiving eventually. Probably not this year because that shit's kind of expensive. But I do want to skydive. Not indoor, like
I
legit,
don't.
like
I'm scared.
not the plane. Yeah, but fuck it, At least I can say, well, I wouldn't be able to say it because I'd be dead, but at least I'd be like, I died skydiving. But,
I have another question.
okay, go ahead.
Do you ever think it's going to be better? Damn, y'all good? Y'all good? You can reach out.
Damn.
I don't know what it is, but I think it will. I think most things get better.
Yeah.
Like I think it. Yeah, I think.
And even if the situation doesn't get better, your perspective on it will.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I say I'm assuming you're talking about like life. It's kind of like a gray area because like somebody can be going through it, but like, you're not. So it's like you can give them advice, but it's like you don't really know what they're feeling.
I think it'll get better though.
But I would say like like me personally, it's like you said, like it does get better. There's some things like I wasn't like down terrible or anything, but I'm sure we've all been in like a place we don't like. And
yeah.
If you just take it like one step at a time, they say Rome wasn't built in a day. It's like a lot of people say it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah.
Like,
I think also, just speaking personally from my experiences, that a lot of the times that I've been like, damn, this is horrible, I hate that this is happening, also led to something like really good. You know what I mean? Whether it be like, I was like, I really wanted to go to Carolina, right? And I didn't get in. And I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like my whole academic career almost felt like a failure because I was like, I did all this shit to get here and I didn't get there. But now I went to UNC Charlotte and I feel like it was a great fit and I met you guys. And I feel like in that moment it felt really bad, but it also opened a lot of other doors or even other stuff. I feel like if that fucked up shit hadn't have happened, I wouldn't have grown to the place I am now. And I wouldn't have done a lot of the stuff I did because of it. I would say
like a lot of people in life only focus on like the W's that we achieve. But me, I've learned that you learn more through your losses and it helps you grow more as a person. So I feel like a lot of people should focus more on their losses and see what they can do better because when you do that, it allows you to get more room for growth. Because when you just focus on your W's, you're just like validating like things that are like easy for you because it's a W. But
I feel like a lot of losses lead to W's. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So don't take it seriously, but like accept it for what it is and get what you need to get from it.
Yeah, you can't do anything about a loss. It's like you can do two things. You can just dread on it, or you can accept it and learn.
I think that's a very interesting perspective because I definitely feel like this last year, like most of my life has been a W. Like I haven't really gone through any shit that's like, damn, like I don't know what I'm gonna do. But like not getting into the nursing program, like was like I had to take a step back and like really look and like I'm like, damn, like I didn't get in, but like maybe this is a blessing, like hidden.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's like just how you think about shit.
And I would say like if you're going through shit, like reach out to somebody that isn't gonna judge you or like somebody you trust, because a lot of people like you think that you can trust them, but they're just gonna tell the world. And
yeah.
You definitely don't want that because
yeah. Somebody put in the question section CAPS, which is like our counseling and psychological services or whatever. And I don't know what they meant by that question. They said it in all caps. But I feel like also just like as a society we need to become more aware of our mental state and like focus on like making sure it's healthy. You know, it's okay to check in. It's okay to get a therapist if you can afford it, or just, you know, talk out loud, not hold everything in.
I was going to say like when I'm out of college and have like enough money, I definitely want to get a therapist, but like not because like I'm like doing bad. It's just you know, like a therapist, they're not gonna judge you. So it's like, you know, I just want to be able to have somebody that can like tell what I'm feeling, because like a lot of times we have a lot of like thoughts. Like I think I saw like a statistic that like in a day we think of like 52,000 thoughts or something like that. So it's like I'd rather have somebody I can sit down and talk to.
I definitely want to go to a therapist so they can tell me like all the bullshit that happened to me that I didn't realize was bullshit, and like that's why I am the way I am, and that's like so interesting.
It's like I think it was on Twitter. It was like you ever look back at a memory and you're like, damn, like that was such a shitty like it was like a trauma experience, and I'm like I always try to think back at like things like that. You know, like you ever like came to a realization like something in your past, and you're like, damn.
Absolutely, all the time, especially as times are changing and some stuff that like was acceptable at the time we now know is not acceptable. And I feel like even in like therapy is so important, because how much of yourself is yourself, and how much of yourself is yourself plus the traumatic experiences that you're like internalizing. You know what I mean? Like how much of your thoughts are your thoughts, and how much of your thoughts are traumatic experiences or traumatic just ideologies imposed on you that you've now made a part of yourself that's not really you, you know?
I've also, do y'all know who David Goggins is?
I do, yes.
Oh my god, I've been watching a lot of his videos because I saw him on the
Joe Rogan
podcast, and he has a lot of good points. He like one of the things he said is like back to like being comfortable. It's like if you really want to grow, there's like in the day you should at least do one thing that is shitty, because it'll help you grow. It'll take you to a place where you think you couldn't go, and like it'll like help you like become better. If that makes sense.
I think one thing that's really damaging, and I think as Americans we live by it, is like being strong in your morals or your values and being like just very headstrong about that. Because I feel like in 10 years when I go back and listen to this, I want to be like, damn, that's fucked up. I can't believe I said that. I want to be like, oh my god, I don't believe that anymore at all. Because if you're not constantly contradicting yourself, you're not growing, you know? Also, when it comes to you think things will get better, I feel like, yes, it will get better. And I feel like, I don't know if everyone's not religious, but I feel like a lot of times we pray for stuff. And whether you're praying to just a higher being or to God or just the universe, we ask God to give us stuff. But then we don't like the way he gives it to us. You know what I mean? Like, you want this, but, you know, not that he has to put you through this to get that, but you have to, you know, we don't always like the route it takes. But it's like, oh, but you wanted that, you know? So being intentional on what you want to receive, you know?
Yeah.
I have another question, and it's, why are so many people afraid to take risks?
Because it's a risk. Like, it's scary.
We talked about this last night, too.
To do some shit that... I heard y'all, but I put on my music. I mean, my rain sounds and went to sleep.
I mean, we were talking about it last night, and I feel like we're afraid to take risks, a lot of us, because, like, you know, when you take a risk, you're kind of, like, accepting the fact that, like, whatever you're embarking on might just result in total failure. But if you don't take that risk, you're like, oh, like, I don't lose anything. But
comfortability.
Yeah, so you're comfortable. But I personally, I have started to, and I want to take more risks because, yeah, I might lose, like, you know, total failure. But on the opposite end, I could, like, achieve something I like would never have achieved if I didn't take that risk.
And I feel like even failures are not total failures, because you can learn something through your failure. And a lot of our audience is like 18 to 20-year-olds, like on the analytics I look at. So especially you guys that are listening, this is the time to take risks, you know what I mean? Because you can bounce back way easier now than you can when you're 30 or 40 or 50, you know what I mean? So even if you don't have the financial means, like, take a risk every now and then, because you're only 20, you know? You're only 18, you know what I mean?
I've been like listening to podcasts specifically, like, well, I guess not specifically, but like about like marriage and like finances, because like I really like want to have my financial situation straight. So like I'm trying to take the necessary risk now while I'm still young, because by the time I'm 30, I want to be straight. Like, I don't want to have to be like, oh, how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to do that. I want to be like trying to buy a house or some shit. It's real interesting. Take that risk, you know?
Absolutely.
Just do it.
And
I was going to say, like Nike said, just do it.
hey, what's the worst thing that happened? We were all thinking about some worse shit. We was
that's just funny because I've seen those in a lot of like, hey bro, go talk to that girl, bro. What's the worst that could happen? And, you know.
Now, on shit like that, I'm totally convinced that, like, this summer, I'm just going to do whatever. You know what I mean? Because I feel like for so much of my life, I've been, like, really insecure about, like, what people are going to think about me in these certain moments. But it's, like, that's probably held me back from, like, meeting a lot of people that I should have met that I can no longer meet now. I don't want to make that mistake anymore. So, like, going forward, I'm definitely going to do what I want and not be afraid of other people's judgment. Because at the end of the day, who's going to give a fuck in the next hour? You know what I mean? Who's going to give a fuck in the next year?
Nobody cares.
I made a vow that I'm gonna like make an effort to like make a friend.
Yeah.
Several friends in my classes this semester. Well, next semester.
I feel like a lot of us gotta like realize that like at the end of the day, nobody cares what you're doing. Like I'm sure I've done it before. Like I won't do something because I'm like, damn, like I don't want these people to judge me. I don't even fucking know these people, but I'm like over here like, damn, I'm not gonna do that because I don't want them to judge me. But if you think about it, like most of the times, other people are also insecure, so they might be thinking the same thing. But if they even care about what you're doing, then they gotta go fix themselves. Because why the fuck would you be caring about what other people do?
You know, they don't even matter.
Yeah,
I think about that with like my friendships. It's like we didn't know each other when we first met in band camp, but like we talked to each other and like we formed a bond. And we and even our bond wasn't even the strongest that first year. You know what I'm saying? But like, I took effort to talk to you. You took effort to talk to me, and it's like we have a friendship now and a really strong friendship, and we live together. Even the same thing with Nairobi. And imagine how many other people is there out there that I didn't talk to because I was nervous of how they would feel, or just my ego. And oh wow, that person could have been like a really influential part of my life now, but I was too afraid to talk to them. You know what I mean?
That's a good point. A lot of it does have to do with ego.
Yeah. Yeah. Or especially you, Nairobi, because we've been friends for 10 years. I'm saying, what if we didn't like, and we weren't even that close with friends at first. You know what I mean? Like, what if we didn't like put energy into our friendship?
I feel like my life would be so different.
I wouldn't have a podcast. You know what I mean? Like, we wouldn't be doing this right now. You know? I feel like this is the only way we could have got to this point.
Yeah. So interesting.
I think those are some great takes. Y'all do with that information what you will. If it's great, let us know. If it's bad, hey.
Don't quote me on that.
Y'all wild.
Don't quote me on that.
This might be our longest episode because we're still running and we have another segment. Y'all wild segment. This is crazy. I'll let you go.
Hey, listen.
Go ahead.
I got a wild take. All right.
Wait, hold on. Let me read it right quick.
Listen.
The wildest take.
The end pieces of the bread are the best parts of the bread loaf.
Interesting.
Let me tell you why. Unless you're toasting your bread before you make a sandwich, does it not get soggy like when you put mayo or mustard on it? Don't it get like stick to the top of your roof? Isn't that like such an uncomfortable thing? I hate it.
Oh, like if you don't toast it, is that what you
so
saying?
Yeah,
you eat ass. This is the equivalent. That's
like,
the ass of the bread.
If you make the sandwich with like the end pieces of bread, like you don't have that problem, and like the bread doesn't get soggy from the sausage you put on it because it's like it has crust on it.
That does make sense.
And like people that cut their crust off of their sandwiches, like please grow up, because you know.
But I guess I can't really have a take on that because I always toast my bread. I just don't like untoasted bread.
Interesting.
But I've only I don't mind eating the end piece, but it's like it'll be like the last one. Like I'll only really eat it if it's like struggle bus city. You know?
I feel like it's just something about making a sandwich and like the bread just getting soggy because I didn't toast it, and I don't like that, and I don't understand why people eat sandwiches that way. But
I know what you mean. I don't like the feeling because I've ate like bread that's not toasted, and like it will get stuck to like the top, and that shit feels like you're fucking eating a Popeye's biscuit.
It doesn't happen when you eat the end piece.
Yeah. I remember being in elementary school. My mom would always make my lunch, And I have a severe something underbite, right? And so I used to bite into my sandwich, and I would just pull, like, I'll bite it, but it wouldn't go through the meat, and I would just pull all the meat out of the sandwich. And it just made me think about that, because, like, my front teeth don't connect. So it's like, if I don't bite on the side, it's not going to break apart. So I used to thought about that. Like, that was really interesting. But when I have a kid, they better not ask me to cut the crust off, because I feel like you got to get to the crust. You got to eat the crust.
I feel like people just be shitting on the end pieces of bread, like it's such a horrible thing when it's not. I was looking at Instagram and people were like shitting on the end pieces of bread, and I was like, they just don't realize that's the best part of the bread.
Sometimes I use it like as a hot dog bun. Like if I don't got hot dog buns, I put a sausage and it's
great point, because I feel like I was gonna say the black community, but I feel like many people don't have hot dog buns. It's like they use regular bread for hot dogs, and it really sucks when it's a fucking hot dog, because sometimes the hot dog, like if they boil the hot dog, is like soggy and wet, so the bread is just like the end piece makes the most sense.
You ever had a hot dog sandwich?
No.
Y'all not country.
You ever had like eggs and sausage? How's my mom do it? She like cuts up the sausage and like fries it up a little bit, and then she puts like an egg. It's so good.
No.
It's so good.
I don't fuck with eggs like that.
Favorite vegetable? Favorite protein.
What?
I love eggs.
Eggs, yeah. Eggs
you were saying that's your favorite protein.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mine is definitely chicken.
Yeah.
Okay,
chicken.
well.
That wasn't too big of a take, but I guess I've learned to appreciate the in pieces.
I thought it was gonna be like,
but I'm
real
sure
controversial
somebody's gonna listen.
I'm still
to
not
it,
with
and
it.
they're gonna like.
It's like, I don't understand. Like, why are we using the soggy piece? If we're not toasting, I guess like my requirement has to be that it's toasted then, because it just doesn't make sense. Soggy ass sandwich stuck to the top of your roof.
The only
top of your
untoasted
roof.
bread.
Move your mouth.
The only untoasted bread that I kind of really like is like the Hawaiian rolls. Them bitches slap, bro.
I prefer my bread untoasted.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I don't like the crunch, because it's like it gets the flakes and shit.
You also eat fucking Vienna sausages.
Vienna.
And you say Vienna.
I was talking to my client's mom the other day about that. She was like, she was craving them, and I've been craving them lately for some reason. And
Vienna sausage?
I haven't eaten them since I was like
weird,
6.
Bro. You know what that means? Never mind.
It means
go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it.
Say you craving some dick or something.
I was gonna say that, but I was like,
that's fine.
Because I eat them all the time.
We know you gay. It's okay, right?
No. I actually got some Vienna sausages that are barbecue.
Interesting.
You're weird, bro.
I mean,
y'all eat that, but y'all won't fucking eat watermelon, something that's natural that comes from the fucking earth.
And them pigs come from the earth.
That's not no fucking pig,
watermelon
bro.
is like trash.
Yeah.
What is the? God. It's what? Why? I think my problem is I don't like melons. I think I come to that conclusion that it's a melon thing.
Oh,
you like
I don't like cantaloupe either.
You like little booties?
I like all breastises.
Oh my gosh. I don't know who put this.
I put the next one.
Okay.
I just put it, but it's like,
you can read it.
What if when we die, someone just takes a VR set off our head and is like, how was it? So like, what if we're just living in a virtual reality?
I was telling Brian yesterday,
Scenario.
What if we're not living in this moment? This moment is a memory that we're thinking back to, and we're really like 35. You know what I mean? Like, go back and think about, when we were talking about that party, I was thinking back to that party as it was happening, and like, what's the difference between that me thinking of that memory and when that really happened? You know what I mean? Like, is this happening, or are we 35 sitting around the table with our Dogecoin money, and we're like, hey, remember when we did that podcast and we talked about this, and we're thinking back to it?
But what if we're like, okay, go ahead.
What I was telling him is, I understand that, but how would we know when we're back to like, so you said that what if we're 35 right now, right? Thinking about this, but how would we know when we're back to the present? You know, how would we know when we're back to like,
I think they can both happen. You know what I mean?
Okay, but how would you know like, oh, I'm not thinking anymore, and like now I'm like back to my real life? That doesn't make sense to me.
I don't think we could know, because we're just the memory happening.
But then I told him I've seen one it seems kind of convincing. You know, they say when you're dying, right, your brain releases like hella like endorphins. Like it just fucking explodes, like pretty much. And like they say, your whole life flashes before your eyes.
Yeah,
so
what if we're just living in that?
Yeah, that'd be
That's
pretty
interesting.
Cool. That'd be cool, to be honest.
That's really crazy.
Yeah.
I think about life a lot now, and it's so crazy.
It is. What if we're like just a simulation? Like somebody, you know, like we play Sims. Like, what if somebody's playing us?
What if someone made a computer and that computer got so intelligent that computer made a computer?
So
and now that
AI?
happened multiple times. But then where the computer made a reality, you know what I mean? Because the whole point, because like you create until you make a creator, and that creator creates.
That's what people are afraid of AI, because AI can pretty much do that if it really wanted to. But yeah,
it's crazy.
Do y'all believe in AI? Or fuck, what do y'all think of AI? That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm scared.
Me too.
I don't watch too many movies and they take over the world and shit.
Yeah, because that's what I would do.
My thing is, like, I understand that they're really smart, but why would they want to take over the world? Like, theoretically, why would they want to?
Exactly.
Like, why would they want to kill us? Because, like, it's like, maybe I'm just not looking into it deep enough, but it's like, it's just a fucking computer. Like, it doesn't necessarily need to have the Earth. All it needs is like a server to be on.
But what if you make a AI where it's like your mission
or
is
unless it wants to like become a human, then okay, we gotta fucking put some water on that bitch. Cause
that's interesting. Like, is that all we're gonna need to like defend ourselves? Is fucking water?
I mean, unless the motherfuckers get smart and like somehow make like a fake human that can like waterproof them bitches, but you know, it's like
interesting.
Age of Ultron, the Avengers movie, Ultron's whole thing was that Tony Stark made him to like your mission is to protect the Earth, and the best way to protect the Earth was like to kill everybody, because we're what fucking up the Earth. So what if like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that could happen.
I've seen takes on that. It's like if aliens came, like they would really just kill us, cause like if they were trying to save the planet, they'd kill us because we're what's killing the planet. So, yeah, that's a good point.
I just hope like I die before the world gets fucked up for real. You know, like, leave that shit to my kids.
You hear, baby girl? We in it.
I would
look at them gas prices.
I would want to go to Mars.
There's life on Mars.
I wish. I haven't thought about this in a while, but I really wish I was immortal, just so like I could live long enough for us to like. I don't know if we're ever gonna get there, but like be able to like travel light years. I want to like at dead ass like. I want to see like what the universe has.
The concept of dying and going to another like planet in the universe, it like makes sense to me.
I'm trying to see some alien with 3 titties. Oh my god. Y'all want a hot take that I just thought about it? Well, I always say this, but can I say it?
Mm-hmm.
So I know us guys, we like to ask ourselves like, "Hey, dude, are you an ass or a titty guy?" And I am 100% like a titty guy. Cause think about
think about it. Wild. That's a wild take.
Think about it. A lot of guys are like, "Dude, like, I'm a fucking ass guy." But if you think about it, how many of those guys are fucking eating ass?
I think it's
because some of the motherfuckers don't even like to eat pussy.
I think it's about more than like I think if
you
were eating it.
A girl, maybe. If
I would definitely,
that, I'd be like, okay.
I would definitely put this out there. I appreciate females of all shapes and sizes. They're all beautiful. But you know, if you gave me a choice and she was like, "Hey, there's this girl with big titties," or like there's this girl with like big butt, I would take the girl with big titties because when you're having sex, I'd rather suck on some titties. I'm not gonna. I mean, maybe I will someday eat some ass, but I know a lot of those guys out there that say, like, why the fuck you need that? Why the fuck you need ass? You're not eating it.
It's such an interesting thing like, because, like, a girl with no ass,
you ain't eating
but
sweet
a lot
pussy
of
Saturday
titties is like, so, I'm not going to say it looks weird, but it's, like, interesting to look at. And then, like, a girl with a fat ass but no titties, it, like, makes sense.
Visually, aesthetically, I feel like guys are really visual, right? And so it's about like
crazy visual.
Like it's about the visuals. You
don't
know
get me wrong. I like big butts, but it's like
check this out. A girl can have big titties and no ass, and it's like okay, she got big titties, but she doesn't have a great body. But a girl can have a fat ass, but with no titties, it's like damn, she got a nice shape. She got a nice body. Because really, at the end of the day, All you need is the nipples, bro.
But all I'm really saying is like, if that's like the option I have for life, but I do like, you know, like I guess, you know, obviously I like both, but you know, it's like if somebody said, would you rather eat fucking ass for the rest of your life or just eat some fucking titties? Like motorboat me, bro. Like,
I feel like for a long time I was like, I'm not no titty person. Like I don't really give a fuck about
titties. Are nice.
I'm all about the ass. But then like I got into the relationship that I'm in, and I was like,
You ever sucked on some?
Maybe I am a titty person.
You ever sucked on some nipples? You ever gave a fucking hickey on a fucking boob?
No,
that shit's hot.
I'm just kidding. Yes, I have.
You should do that. If you haven't done that, if y'all listening, you haven't done that, go do that.
I think I'm like 50-50 now. Just like from I like to look at titties. I like to look at ass. So it is what it is in that moment. Whatever you got, I appreciate it. You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm 100% on that. But I'm just saying, if a gun pointed in my head is like, all right, what you gonna do? I'm picking titties. You know?
I understand because I feel like laying your head on some nice soft titties is really nice.
And if you're on the opposite camp, like you're all about the ass, you better be eating her fucking ass, bro. Because if you're not eating her ass, you're ashamed. Because like I'm telling you, the only reason I'm saying this because a lot of these guys are like, bro, if a girl don't got a fucking ass, like I can't even fuck her. Like, bro, you don't even like eating pussy. Like, grow some fucking balls, bro.
It's something about ass though. You know what I mean? Like I've never walked up to my girl and like smack the titty, but I smack her ass. You know what I mean?
That's a great point.
About it.
Yeah, because if you smack her titty, she's probably gonna slap the shit out of you because that shit hurts. You know.
I feel like, yeah, I think ass. I don't know. It's
hey,
a personal preference, but
you know, like if you're really out here like eating ass, like if you eat ass like I eat creme brulee, you know, hey, you know, go for it.
But why is your perspective you have to eat ass if you like ass? Why isn't your perspective like I understand why you like ass from an extent?
All right, well I guess if you're not gonna be eating her ass, you gotta at least be like slobbing all over her butt cheeks, you know? Like, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
very interesting.
Where you just gonna fucking look at it? Like, come on now, like, you know, it's like, grow up, you know.
Hey, it is what it is. I like
all parts.
I like dogs.
No, I haven't.
I like dogs better than I like chickens, but I would never eat a dog. But I mean chicken all day.
Shut the fuck up.
I haven't eaten ass, no.
Why do you want to get a cat, dude? Let's get a dog.
Well, I want a kid, but that's
I'm dog sitting this weekend.
Let's talk about that. We should
dog
unpack
sitting.
that this episode. I think next episode we should talk about families, but we'll get there.
I'm dog sitting.
I'll put it on the list.
For my sister.
You dog sit?
I'm dog sitting for my sister. She's going up to the mountains.
What kind of dog?
Shih Tzu and a poodle mix.
Lame.
Hey, bro. Cats are lame.
I want a man's dog. You know what I mean? Shit, they can do work.
If I have a dog, I'm not gonna put him to do work, bro.
I feel like certain dogs get too big because, like, some dogs, they like to sleep with you and shit. And, like, trying to sleep with another person and a fucking dog is, like, horrible.
Speaking of that, the other day I was, like, door dashing. Oh, my God. I was door dashing in Gastonia, where I'm from. And for some reason, I kept getting houses with dogs. And, oh, my God. Like, next time I got to bring a BB gun or something because I swear if a dog starts chasing me, I'm shooting that motherfucker. I don't care.
I'm weak.
Because some owners don't fucking discipline their dogs, bro. So.
Some dogs are racist. Because think about it. If a dog's daddy was racist, then it probably got that in him.
Probably.
Racism, that's a crazy concept, but
Y'all got any? Oh, what y'all been listening to before we close out?
A little bit of 6 Lack.
Okay.
Me personally, I've been trying to like get closer to my roots, so I've been listening to like a lot of classic like Spanish rock music that my dad would listen to.
I respect that.
A lot of like classic rock, like I like Pink Floyd, Beatles, you know, stuff like that. I've been listening to a lot of how do you say it? Like ranchero music. It's like Mexican type music. It's pretty good.
There's a rapper called Chica. I kind of fuck with her.
Oh,
I listen to her too. That's about it. 6 Lack and Chica.
Interesting.
I've been listening to a lot of Frank Ocean lately. I like listening back to like the Blonde album, and it's great.
I like Ivy. It's a good song right there.
Yeah, I like
Very
Nights.
sad.
Nights is a great song. I've been listening to J. Cole. He drops Friday, so
That's just gonna be a classic. And I'm a Kendrick fan.
Absolutely.
You like Kendrick over J. Cole?
Sadly, yes.
Interesting.
Well, not sadly. What the fuck? Hell no. 100% yes. Kendrick over Cole.
Interesting.
But I would say this. I say Kendrick over Cole, but that's just what I would listen to. But rating wise, I have I have Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole tied because you can't take away from what they both did in the industry. And they provided hella classics. But I'm just saying, if you gave me Kendrick or J. Cole, I'd listen to Kendrick first, just because Kendrick's like the first like artist who put me on the rap. Like when I was growing up.
J. Cole's my first.
But I would see. You said you're like a really big J. Cole fan, but you don't even like his fucking Born Sinner album. You said that shit was trash.
No, I like it.
And that I like that better, or not better, but I almost like it better than Forest Hill Drive.
Shit.
But Forest Hill Drive is a classic. But no, yeah, Kendrick over Cole.
I've also been listening to Sofago.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a new rapper. He's kind of like got like a Playboy Cardi vibe. I've been listening to him. Bryn put me on. Do y'all have anything else before we close out?
I think y'all should in the comments on our videos, y'all should start like putting who y'all listen to so we can check it out. You know,
put us on to something.
Yeah, put us on to something.
I'll be trying to find new music, but I feel like music today is not my type of tea.
Yeah, I was talking to Bryce, and you know how Spotify does like the yearly Wrapped. I was talking to him, and I was like, "Dude, I always post mine every year, but this year I've been listening to so much Playboy Cardi. If he's my top artist, I'm not fucking posting him, bro. I'm not posting it. So if y'all, I post it every year that's came out. If I don't have one this year, y'all know why. Just
my shit gonna be weird.
If that's your top plate, why are you ashamed about it? You listen to him, you know.
Because I talked so much shit about his last album at first. You know,
my shit.
You know what? Fuck, you're right. I'm gonna put it out there, even if it's Playboy Cardi.
I feel like my rap be like all over the place, and it'd be like shit I listen to like 100 times back to back, like at the beginning of the year, and I don't listen to that song ever again.
Oh, I actually started listening to Lil Peep. I'll never listen to his music.
He's got some good songs,
but he has some good songs. So, how long?
This is our longest episode. And I'm gonna right now is at 1 hour and 27 minutes.
Okay,
wrap it up.
Yeah, so I mean, thank y'all for coming to the Yall Wild Podcast. This is episode 9.
Wow.
Make sure you follow me on Facebook at Brian Martinez.
Red background.
Follow me on there. Red background selfie with a beanie.
Don't forget to follow Yall Wild Podcast on Instagram, Yall Wild Podcast on Twitter. My social media break will be up this Friday, so I'm gonna be back on that. We're gonna start our TikTok channel, and hopefully we can get a lot of exposure from that.
Follow me on Instagram too. Same name, Brian Martinez.
Follow me on Instagram at Nyny Wild. Yeah. Follow me there.
And thank you for coming to the Yall Wild Podcast. Peace.
Yall Wild Podcast.